Hi guys, Monzi here. So for today's episode on my podcast, what we're going to talk about is the game one between Lakers and the Minnesota Timberwolves. We're going to go through a couple of talking points, and I'm going to give my opinion throughout the podcast. So first of all, what I felt straight away looking at Lakers when they came out, they all came out very relaxed, very lackadaisical, and I was very surprised because this is their home playoff game. This is game one of the playoffs. Like this is what great and big players look forward to. You have Luka Doncic, you have LeBron on your team. Like you come out with energy, attacking mindset, but they all came out very relaxed. Maybe they underestimated the Timberwolves a little bit, which I probably did as well. To be completely honest with you, because I felt Lakers would win this easily in 6 games. Like I said in my preview a couple of days ago, I felt Anthony Edwards will get you 2 games. But the way it looked, it looked like it's actually a better matchup for the Timberwolves than it is for the Lakers after game one. But then again, you don't overreact in the game one in the playoffs, especially on a LeBron James team, because game one is normally a fill out game for LeBron. Which brings me directly onto the point. First of all, I want to talk about LeBron, how I assess his game overall. I'll probably give him a D for the game. I give him a D or C plus because I felt like he came out. He let like Luka. It's Luka's team, I understand, but Luka was just attacking. He wasn't really Luka wasn't really trying to get anyone involved, which is very strange because I think Luka's best. Luka at his very best. He gets everyone involved and gets his own points as well. Like Luka only ended up with 1 assist for the whole night, which is very strange. Like that rarely ever happens to Luka. Luka always end up most of the time with double digit assists or let's say 7, 8, 9 assists usually with Luka. With LeBron didn't take it. I think he took 1 shot in the first quarter, which is very strange. Like I thought LeBron would come out attacking, but then again, this game one, the playoffs, is always a fill-out game for LeBron. In the second quarter, it was a little bit. It took a little bit more when Luka was out of the game. But then the third quarter and the fourth quarter, he took a lot more shots. I think he ended up with 19 points overall, which is not good enough. Personally speaking, I think for LeBron. I know he's 40 years old, year 22, but I think with LeBron, you need to be hitting the high teens. The mid 20s. You need between 20 points to 20 between 20 and 30 points for LeBron. I know that asking a lot, but obviously we know what LeBron is capable of doing. For example, he was always taking the ball to the basket, and I think he got rejected by Rudy Gobert twice at the basket. Like Rudy Gobert got a fingertip to 2 of his layups. So now we're going to talk about Luka. I was very disappointed in Luka. I know, like it's crazy because he got 37 points, I think, with 7 rebounds or 8 rebounds. But Luka at his best gets everyone else involved. Luka's playmaking is second to none when he's really locked in. To be fair to Luka, he actually did try a lot more on defense. So to that, I'll be completely honest with you. Like if I was to grade Luka, I'd probably grade Luka a B minus, or maybe a C plus for that game. I felt like he just came out. He was just shooting like it was ball hogging a lot, and I felt like he should have maybe passed the ball a little bit more. Get the others involved. Get LeBron involved. Get Rui Hachimura involved. Get Reeves involved early. Trust them in the playoff because Luka will need those players in the playoff. Luka's not going to win games on his own. You're going to need those. Like the NBA is too good now of a league. Like obviously one player can make a big difference, but one player is not going to win you the game in the NBA. The NBA, if role players come on, like NBA is just way too good now. Players are way too good now to think you're going to win the game on your own. So for the game, for the grade I'm going to give LeBron in the game one is I'll give LeBron a D. No Diddy pause because he just wasn't very good from what I expected, especially in the first quarter. I know he usually has that fill out games, and I didn't think he was going to do it this year, especially having Luka in your team. I just think you go out all out, try to get the series over and done with. But I was very disappointed in LeBron in game one. I hope he hit a lot more shots. He was 1 for 5 from 3. That's not great. We know LeBron's a streaky shooter when it comes from 3, but this season I think he's 38-39% from 3. So I expect a lot better from LeBron in game 2. I think he needs to lead that Lakers team over the hump, especially for game 2. You cannot go to Minnesota two games down, or else Minnesota are gonna punk you like they did to Phoenix Sun to Phoenix Sun last year, the way they did KD and Devin Booker last year. So you cannot go to Minnesota 2-0. So just to touch up on my point on Luka getting everyone involved again and being the main primary ball handler for the Lakers. Him and LeBron finished with 4 assists, just 4 assists between them, Which, when you think about it, that's just crazy. Because in the NBA, we know LeBron, Luka, Jokic, maybe Ant-Man, like Anthony Edwards. They're all very good passers of the ball. They've improved a lot on the ball. You can add Giannis into that group as well. Like, if those players aren't getting 7, 8, 9, 10 plus assists a night, there's a problem. Either they're not passing the ball looking for it, they're not giving their good teammates good passes, or the teammates are hitting the shots. For in this game for the Lakers, I don't think from what I watched, I don't think LeBron and Luka try their best to get others involved. I think for game two, they have to get others involved because your role players have to play well. The only other player that I think did okay was Rui Hachimura. I think he shot. Rui Hachimura shot. What was it? 3 from 7. 3 from 7 from 3-point, which is pretty good percentage. Which is around 43%. You're shooting from 3-point. That's brilliant. That's his season average, anyways, as well. Same with last year. Like, I trust Rui to hit big threes in the playoffs. He did it multiple times last year as well. And also, in regards to the Lakers, the whole team, I feel defensively they just have to better. The intensity was absolutely shocking the other day. I couldn't believe that was a playoff game. The intensity was absolutely terrible. I couldn't believe what I was watching, especially mid-second quarter when Anthony Edwards and Minnesota Timberwolves made a run. It was disgraceful. I remember there was an interview mid-game with the Lakers coach JJ Redick, and you could see in his face he was absolutely fuming with the effort the Lakers are after putting in, especially defensively. Basically, they aren't guarding guys in the 3-point line, and the Timberwolves were killing Lakers from the 3-point line. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a LeBron fan. They're a Lakers fan. I was so frustrated watching that game during the night. But hopefully for game two, they improve a lot. And I might be a bit biased when it comes to the Lakers, but what I would say is I give Timberwolves a lot of credit, and the Timberwolves coaching staff, coaching team a lot of credit as well, especially Anthony Edwards, Naz Reid, and Jaden McDaniels. They were superb on the night. They were very, very good. And I remember my analysis and prediction before the game was you cannot let the role players go off. You just can't. Lakers couldn't afford to let the role players go off. I don't mind. Let Anthony Edwards get his 30, 40, 50 points. That's not going to beat you. It's role players getting high 20s, mid 20s, and high teens. That's what's going to end up beating you in the playoffs. Or even if it's not in the playoff, that will end up beating you in any game of basketball. And the Lakers role players have to better. Dorian Finney-Smith, Gabe Vincent, they have to hit the shots. They have to make some more shots. And Jared Vanderbilt, like I said, he's a defensive player. When he came on, Lakers made a little bit of a run, try to close the gap from 20-something point down to 13 points at one stage. That was when Vanderbilt was in the game. His defensive ability just to pressure the opposition is absolutely fantastic. But for wide open layups, the guy is shooting. I think for layups he's shooting like 33 or 43%, which he's just not an offensive player. I totally understand, but I think Vanderbilt needs to play more. They need to give Reeves a little bit more responsibility handling the ball, and let LeBron handle the ball as well. Not just Luka all the time going off. If you remember from my preview my review and my analysis a couple of days ago, my prediction from a couple of days ago about Lakers and Minnesota game 1, I said Lakers should not double Anthony Edwards. Let Anthony Edwards get his points. He's not going to beat you on his own. But what the Lakers did was they focused too much on Anthony Edwards, and the rest of they were even focused on Anthony Edwards. I think Anthony Edwards ended up with 22 points. Like 22 points is still pretty good with 8 rebounds and 9 assists. Anthony Edwards was unbelievable. He was basically floor general on a couple of days ago against the Lakers. He was very, very good. If I was to grade him, I'd give him an A+. Like he was very good defensively, offensively, creating shots for his teammates, initiating the offense, talking leadership. It was very, very good for a young player. Like I said, he's probably one of the best young players in the game. I love watching Anthony Edwards. He's explosive. He's an all-around package, basically. I love watching Anthony Edwards. One of my favorite players to watch in the league. So he was getting his teammates involved. And for example, you have players like Naz Reid, who was a former 6th man of the year last year, and he's a very good 3-point shooter. I think Naz Reid went 6 for 9 on 3 points. Like if you let Naz Reid go for 6 for 9, You let Jaden McDaniels go 3 for 3. That's 100% 3 for 3. Jaden McDaniels, and he ended up with 25 points. And Nasrid ended up with 23 points. If the role players are getting that many points, Julius Randle ended up with 16 points, 4 from 6 from 3 points as well. I'm sorry, if you let role players go off like that, that's you're going to end up losing. That's what exactly ended up. That's what exactly ended up happening to the Lakers a couple of days ago. That was my big fear. Them focus too much on Anthony Edwards and the other players going off. Whereas with the way Timberwolves defender Luka was very smart. They put Jaden McDaniels on him primarily, just on him, and then they matched up really well with the Lakers, in my opinion. That's what I thought, anyways. And I know I keep banging on. I remember my reviews where I kept banging on about shot making from role players, especially Dorian Finney-Smith and Gabe Vincent. Those boys, the two boys, ended up with 3 points each. That's just not good enough. I'm sorry, that's not good enough in the playoffs. That's just not good enough for me, anyways, in the playoff. That's why they ended up getting blown out on their home court. What I will also say about the Lakers' home court is that the atmosphere is terrible. Like the atmosphere, you think for game one in front of your home crowd, the fans will be pumped up. Or like I remember watching the NBA 4, 5, 6 years ago. Like when you go to the NBA court, there's always especially the playoff, there's always a shirt for every fan. And when you look at the front row, even like a couple of rows back, no one really wears a shirt anymore. You know what I mean? Which is very strange because nowadays you look at the Lakers fan, especially the first couple of rows, they're all famous people that they just don't bring the same atmosphere as regular fans would bring. Which obviously, like the regular fans are obviously getting priced out of the tickets, which is totally understandable. Like it's a business at the end of the day. But at the same time, I think the atmosphere, the Crypto Arena and Los Angeles needs to be better, especially for Game 2. I don't think Lakers can afford to go down 2-0 in this series because Minnesota are too good of a team for you to be. It's an uphill battle then, basically. Minnesota are way too good of a team for you to try to come back from 2-0 down. So my prediction for Game 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my prediction for Game 2 and how the series is going to go. Then I'm going to maybe make another review video towards the end of the series, depending if it goes to 5, 6, 7 games. So my prediction is I think the Lakers come out in this game with high intensity and blow Minnesota Timberwolves by the third or fourth quarter out of order. That's my hope, anyways. But Timberwolves they're never given that easy. So hopefully it's a good game. If you're a neutral fan, you're gonna enjoy watching it. But as a Lakers and a LeBron guy, I want this game to be over in 6 games so LeBron can get enough rest. However, after losing the first game, if Lakers don't win this game, it'll definitely go 7 games. Or if Timberwolves come out and blow the Lakers out of the water again, I can see it being like what Timberwolves did to the Suns and Kevin Durant last year when they swept them in 4 games. So Lakers have to be very careful here. They don't go down 2-0 in this series. Hopefully the Lakers win and tie the series at 1-1 and go back to Minnesota, hoping to steal a game from there as well. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment below if you have any points you want, any talking points. I'm always open to debate about basketball. Thank you very much.